Now, chapter 4 becomes especially powerful for someone dealing with PCOS because the focus shifts from what should I do to how should I understand my journey. Many women reach a stage where they are already doing things, walking, eating better, taking medications, sleeping better, yet they are still anxious. Why? Because knowledge has not yet transformed into wisdom. The beginning of chapter 4, Krishna tells Arjuna this wisdom is ancient. In a PCOS journey, this can be seen as your body is not random, it follows biological principles. Hormones, insulin, stress responses, sleep cycles, these are not mysterious punishments. There is an intelligence operating within the body. The more you understand it, the less frightened you become. Arjuna questions Krishna. Arjuna essentially says, how do I know this is true? And honestly, many women with PCOS feel the same. After hearing hundreds of opinions online, eat keto, don't eat keto, take supplements, don't take supplements, exercise more, exercise less, eventually the mind asks, who do I trust? Chapter 4 teaches that wisdom comes from learning, reflection, experience, not blindly following every new trend. Krishna reveals his larger nature. Krishna says, you see only one small part of me. For the PCOS analogy, many women see only symptoms. They see acne, hair fall, weight gain, irregular cycles. Krishna's teaching would be you are looking at one chapter and assuming it is the whole book. Your body is much bigger than today's symptoms. Your story is much bigger than today's struggle. The lamp in the dark room. One of the most beautiful analogies from chapter 4 is knowledge as light. Imagine a woman newly diagnosed with PCOS. Before understanding it, every symptom feels scary. Every delay feels alarming. Every change feels like a disaster. Then she learns what insulin resistance is, why sleep matters, how stress affects hormones, why consistency is important. The situation may not change overnight, but the fear begins to reduce. The room is the same, a lamp has simply been lit. The transformation of action. In chapter 3, Krishna said, act. In chapter 4, he explains, act with understanding. Think about the difference. A woman exercising because she hates her body says, I must lose weight. Another woman exercising because she understands her body. She says, movement helps my hormones function better. Same action, completely different experience. The lotus flower. The wise person acts but does not become trapped. This is incredibly relevant for PCOS. Many women become emotionally attached to every result. Scale up, bad day. Scale down, good day. Period late, panic. Period arrives, relief. The mind gets tossed around constantly. Krishna is teaching care deeply, but don't let every symptom control your peace. The sword of knowledge. Toward the end of chapter 4, Krishna says knowledge cuts through doubt. Imagine these doubts. Will I ever heal? Will I ever have regular cycles? Am I doing enough? Why is my body like this? Knowledge doesn't always provide certainty, but it removes unnecessary fear. If Krishna was speaking to a girl with PCOS, chapter 4 might sound like this. Do not act from fear. Learn, understand, observe, then act. Let knowledge guide your actions. Do not chase every promise or panic at every symptom. The more you understand your body, the less you will fight it. And the less you fight it, the more wisely you can care for it. Chapter 4. Let understanding replace fear. And something beautiful happens here. In chapter 1 to 3, the girl is mostly trying to change her body. By chapter 4, she is beginning to change her relationship with her body. That shift is often where real healing, physical and emotional, starts.